Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
You are not a real Mandalorian.
What did you just say to me?
What is up, everybody? It's your boy. It's Konkon. Probably...
Where'd the intro music go?
Dude, It was the best intro ever. These Mandalorians, they came in here, okay? They started making wild accusations about us not being real Mandalorians.
How dare they?
Ridiculous. Listen, this armor has been in my family for 3 generations, okay? That helmet was my great-great-grandpappy's.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I feel like you just made that helmet.
Sitting across from me, as always, the PR man himself.
Justin Allen. I'm gonna go with Baker.
Okay.
Okay.
Clan
Clan
Kreese.
Clan Kreis.
Clan Krez. And the returning guest, of course, with us.
Resident Splicer.
Yes.
The casual kid, a.k.a. Jordan.
Sipping on some stuff. Before we get into that, guys, we got to get into the housekeeping.
How?
Yeah. We're going to get into it real quick. Guys, you already know. Konkon's Cantina, youtube.com, Konkon's Cantina, facebook.com/Konkon's Cantina.
Some unboxing videos coming fresh to YouTube.
Yes. We will probably release this episode before I edit those ones, so we might as well preview them.
They're
we
coming.
did Mandalorian Trouble. Mandalorian Monopoly,
Oh,
which we're
yeah.
super excited to play. The extended rules in that game, amazing.
Yeah.
And we just did the Funko Pop for right up there. Last week, Roberto brought over that amazing number 380 Funko Pump.
Stole it.
Yeah.
Completely.
Straight up.
We actually locked him in a cage with a sea monster and hit him with pikes and drowned him. And then we kept the Funko
Let's
Pop.
not be ridiculous. We froze him in carbonite right over there off camera.
Yep.
Yeah, off camera. You can't see him. We're keeping him on ice, literally.
Sorry, dude.
If you would like to work with us and this podcast, please reach out to konkonscantina@gmail.com. Of course, Instagram, which is probably where we are most active, along with Twitter. I have not been saying Twitter. We have been gaining nice traction on Twitter. So shout outs to everybody on Twitter.
Tens of followers.
Tens. Tens. It's actually hundreds.
Ooh.
No, it's not. It's tens. And we have our Discord. Discord's been picking up.
It really has.
Yeah.
It really
Thank
has.
you to our resident splicer. Jordan has
All the
taken the
bots.
reins. He has included new bots. We have slots games. We have fishing games because we have gambling problems.
Yep.
There's a new BB-8 bot that I don't know what it does.
I went to
Yes.
welcome somebody and I saw BB-8 something and then it told me like
a
this
wild
is a bot.
BB-8 a wild BB-8 has appeared.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it told me it was a bot and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna welcome the bot.
So
Your kind aren't welcome here.
So expect the same of the new content that we've been getting in the Discord, which
Yep.
have been fun games, earning money and things like that. But it will now be Star Wars themed,
Yes.
including lightsaber battles in chat.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah.
We did. Tell me how we did like the wallet check in Discord, and I had the most money.
I don't know what. I just pressed command. and I'm
Freaking
like,
cheater.
that like-
that's the only way I know.
I have no idea. I have the most money, but we're gonna go with it.
I watched somebody else type a command and then I copy pasted because I have no idea what I'm doing.
There probably needs to be like a video tutorial we throw up on Discord for those, but yeah.
And youtube.com
Yes.
/Konkons Cantina. Guys, also the Facebook group. As always, facebook.com /Konkons Cantina and our Facebook group. How you can support this podcast. Guys, really share. Like, word of mouth is the way that we grow the most. But if you do feel
Throw a
so
review.
inclined, we do have our Patreon. We have a $3 tier that gives you access to our Konkon's Cantina listening post where you can be heard across the entire galaxy. Give us your fulcrum information, and then we play your bit, your hot take on the podcast.
Yep. You get some stickers. You get some
Yes.
discounts on some upcoming stuff we have coming out. We're
Yep.
going to have some Cantina shirts, some hats, some possible other things we're still in the works of.
Yeah,
that
we
you're
got a
gonna
lot
get
of stuff coming.
A discounted rate on.
And don't
But-
forget that on Discord, you also get to choose a special segment as well. So
Yes.
you get to be part of what you want to listen to.
Exactly.
And going along with that, we just had a poll for our first patron exclusive content that we're doing. That's going to be only to our patrons because of copyright stuff we can't release as on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
And Star Wars movie commentary is what won by a single vote ahead of two or three other categories.
I'm not sure if I can even get through Phantom Menace without memeing the entire movie. Like,
Hey, that sounds like a great episode, though.
yeah, it'd be really hard. Guys, we are also doing a giveaway on our Instagram,
Yes.
or not Instagram, sorry, our YouTube.
YouTubes.
Yes, we have a giveaway on the YouTube. Please go to YouTube, subscribe, and like. You will see the giveaway video. It is labeled so that you can't miss it. All you have to do is comment giveaway on the video after liking and subscribing. We very much appreciate it. When we hit 100 subscribers, we will be doing that giveaway. Also, last bit of housekeeping, Kill Key Factory. Use coupon KKC2020, KKC2020 from now until the end of the year to get free shipping on your orders. If you would like to add some bling to your lightsabers, whether that be Saber Forge or any other saber factory that
Chinese
has
saber,
yes,
Ultra saber, like
Yep.
the best, most expensive down to the cheapest version. He has stuff that works with it. Even lightsaber clips now.
yeah. And if you are just simply a collector, you can also get anything themed, etched, coded, anything that you would like, he can make for you. Once again, Kill Key Factory, coupon code KKC2020.
Have you seen Kill Key's Factory's newest lightsaber acquisition? His eggplant, what does he call it? Egg.
Oh yeah, he had Chris powder coat it for
Uh-huh.
him. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. We got to get him on the podcast too.
Yeah.
to talk about his lightsaber powder coating. It's best, the best.
Yeah.
Period.
It takes a lightsaber hilt's already going to be cool.
Yeah.
But his powder coating is so precise and so like just spot on. It takes something that's already an 8 and sends it up to a 16 immediately. Like Niall's newest one that's purple, never would have thought to go for a purple lightsaber. The hilt, not the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
The agenda for this episode, guys, of course, we will be starting. We know why you're here. The Mando recap will be first. We are not going to do a special segment this week, and the reason for that is because we feel like we're going to go so overboard with this episode. There's so much to talk about. We didn't want to strap ourselves to having a 2-hour episode, which is literally possible with this one. So next week...
Which is funny because it's only a 30-minute
I
episode.
know. Listen, yes, exactly. And then after the Mando recap, we'll be getting to our Konkon's Cantina listening post, and then we'll be following up with news. We have a lot of news this week. It's actually not a lot of news. It's just a lot of things to talk about, which could take some time because we're all going to have opinions on it.
Right.
But we are a Cantina podcast. So we're going to go into the Cantina right now.
Welcome to Konkon's Cantina. What are you having? But remember, no droids.
I am so hyped
You
to be
guys-
bringing this to you.
Those are big cans.
Now, Justin, how about while I'm opening this behemoth, this amazing gold crowler that I'm about to open, tell the people some of the upcoming shows and the people we've been DMing and getting in contact with. Some of the content that's coming after The Mandalorian.
Yes, we've been in communication with a lot of local breweries to the Central Florida area, one of them being Toll Road, which is what Connor and I are both drinking tonight because it was close and I had time before we recorded to swing through and get some crowlers. Besides Toll Road, which we'll dig into more tonight, we also have Dead Lizard coming up. Possible show live with both the head brewer, the owner, the tap room manager. They all want to be on.
That's cool.
Genetic Brewing in Lake Mary
Yep.
is another one that we're going to be having some talks with. And then Wopsops has been showing some interest in having us back there again. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
January, we have the Star Wars art show, which we've done an episode
Hourglass.
for
Yeah.
before
Yep.
at Hourglass.
Yeah.
That's coming up again.
We're hoping that I've been talking to them over there. They're still figuring out exactly what's going to happen with the whole COVID situation. But January was their month for their Star Wars art, and then they have their big art show, which we were a part of, and that's where we met Austin, who left us that awesome review that we talked about last week. So hopefully that still goes through, because I personally would love to do that. I'd love to dress up at that too.
Guys, I am currently drinking Mike's Special from Toll Road Brewing Company in Ocoee. Now, I've talked about this on the show before. Toll Road has a special place in my heart. So to give the review on this is like every time I go to Toll Road, this is the very first thing I order. It doesn't matter if they have something new. It's so good, because cream ales are hard to do right.
Yeah.
And this is one that's done right. So this one, they actually make two variants of this. They make their regular cream ale special, and then they make their cream ale special with coffee. And so they switch the two up. So they'll do coffee, no coffee, coffee, no coffee. So this is their coffee blend. It is ABV. It is 5.5%. The IBU is 18. And once again, it's very vanilla forward. The back end is very coffee, and the ale is like nice and smooth. It's like a lighter beer. It's not like heavy. It's not a stout. It doesn't fill you up. I mean, when you're knocking back 32 ounces, you'll get a little full. But
cream ales generally, they're an easier drinker.
Yeah.
They don't leave it. Thanks for
There we
watching.
go. That's it, guys.
The end.
Yeah.
No, cream ales are they tend to be an easier beer to drink multiple of, or a one big tall boy, as you are choosing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them.
I like
you
to party.
said, they're not as prevalent as I wish they were.
My name's Connor. I like to party. Listen, Mando score. It'd be a high Mando score. You're down in the covert and you're handing out cold ones out of a cooler like this.
Ooh, now can you remember what you've rated this before you throw it out there? Because you've already given this a rating.
It's got to be. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a 10 out of 10.
Oh, God, 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Listen, anything that I'm making cocktail-wise, I'm sorry, it's going to be a 10 out of 10 for me.
You had literally zero to do with making this.
You're right, and it's amazing. So 10 out of 10 for this, guys. Hit up Toll Road. They have Instagram, Facebook, TOLLROAD. And once again, we have a show coming up with them hopefully soon. Justin, tell me what you were drinking.
I'm Toll Road also.
Who's Toll Road?
They are a brewery
Yes.
that is on the 429. You have to pull off in the median. And
Yes.
there is a trailer with a...
It's like a food truck brewery. No, not really.
No, Toll Road is in Ocoee, and they're amazing.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about them because you just did.
Thank you.
But this is their Pear Triple Lindy.
Yes.
It is a Belgian triple with a very subtle pear flavor.
Okay.
That is amazing. I got it because I love triples and I love quads.
Yes.
And
Same.
I honestly, I read the style before I read what the beer was. So I went through their whole list of what they had on tap, what their guest taps were. When I saw a Belgian triple, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting a, and then I read it and I'm like, wait, pear.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yes.
It's making me burp. Oh. This is like, it's not a...
Jordan just got slapped in the face with
right to his face. And that's why you don't take off your helmet.
We messed up from the get-go.
This is the way.
This is the way.
But when I ordered it before I saw the pear in there, when I saw the pear, I honestly got scared.
So are you a pear fan?
I am a pear fan, but I am not necessarily a fruity beer fan.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So...
Because I think artificial pear sometimes is not done well.
Agree. Artificial fruit, period, or even, not even artificial, if you just mash up regular fruit and you put that flavor into something that doesn't necessarily normally have it, it's very hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
I think the last thing that I tried that was fruit was that orange, that we had that orange IPA or whatever that was, that tasted amazing and didn't taste overpoweringly, and it surprised me.
Yeah.
This is the second beer in a row that when I saw fruit, I immediately got a little nervous. This Pear Triple Lindy is fantastic. It's 9.5%. So this will be all I drink tonight.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
going for something else after this.
No.
25 IBU.
And that's usual with triples.
Yeah, triples are always
and quads
a higher
are
octane.
exactly.
Yep.
But it doesn't taste that alcohol-y, sweety type of a flavor that a high ABV can taste like. Like, I think I talked about this before, but the first time I had a quad was St. Bernard's 80T12.
Yeah. St. Bernardus has
yes.
a lot of good triples.
I was ordering them, and I didn't know what they were at the time. I was like first into craft beer. I think this was at World of Beer.
Yeah, it was those World of Beer days.
You
They
were
always had
probably there.
St. Bernardus. They always had St. Bernardus on there.
And I just saw Quad, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
And I had like 2 or 3, and the second I like stood up to go use the bathroom, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I'm not driving home. I had to make sure that Liz drove home, and she...
Triples will mess you up.
Yeah, they'll sneak up on
Fast.
you.
Yeah.
because the flavor is there, and that's what's so nice. They're adding this really high alcohol.
Without tasting like it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the water.
Yeah, there you go.
I do have to drive home tonight.
After that talk, we're gonna get some water up in here. Listen, the casual kid, our resident splicer.
Yes.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Mando score.
Mando score for this, I give this... Dang, I don't want to give 2 really high scores in a row, but this is
Their
really
beer.
good.
Okay, the thing about Toll Road is, in listen,
9.
9.
I feel like you're doing that just to not give a 10. we'll give some hard truths.
Yeah.
We support a lot of local breweries, and for me, this beer is something special to me. This won't be a 10 out of 10 for everybody. For me, it is a 10 out of 10. So Justin, really, for you, is that a 10 out of 10? It could be a 9. It could
I
be.
give this a 9 because it's a triple, which I personally do like, but it's also not your standard take on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like different for the sake of being different.
Yeah.
They found like a really unique but delicious way to add a subtle flavor into a triple that I thoroughly like. I give this a 9.
Nice. Casual kid, our resident splicer, the Discord master.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Now you listen. You are drinking probably my personal favorite bourbon,
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Mill, genuine bourbon whiskey, homemade in the hills of Kentucky.
Yes.
This is
There are
a
2 of every wheat, 2
of
of every barley.
You're such a dork.
You actually have to buy 2 bottles at a time.
You really do.
Yeah, you can't just buy one.
I'm sad I only bought this one.
It's
but
not only a Bible joke, but it's also it's so good that
It
you
is-
want to have a spare.
It is really good.
Yes.
This is a Willet Distillery bourbon.
Can't go
It's,
wrong with Willet.
It is 97, not 97. Good lord, that's way too much. 57%,
which is
alcohol.
good because a lot of bourbons and whiskeys can be below the 50% line,
Yeah.
46 to 47, 48.
I would say this is about perfect because it's not too harsh of an alcohol flavor.
Yes.
but it had the flavor alone is intense.
If you can't tell, I want to talk about it
Yeah,
because I
can
love it
tell.
so much.
It's
Sorry.
my bourbon.
You already had your 10.0 for the second time. Get out of here.
So, to Connor's point, this is my second favorite bourbon. But first is Jefferson's Ocean Cask. That is my absolute favorite. Exactly.
Justin's had it on the show before, yeah.
So this is my second favorite. It's incredibly smooth. It does have if you're not used to high alcohol bourbons, it does have a harsh flavor initially.
Yeah.
But it has a kind of sweetness, carameliness to it, and it has such a strong aftertaste.
High
proof. Yeah, it's a
high
high
proof.
proof, so
A
it's
high
got a
proof
bite.
takes a build up to
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
enter at that level.
So I would say if for somebody who's just getting into bourbon, it might not be the bourbon to go to.
I'd agree.
Yeah, this is something that once you start appreciating bourbon, you can start drinking.
What's
it.
the price point for the Noah's Mill when you can find it?
It's about $57.
Okay.
That's high.
That's
That's high. Well, right now because of COVID,
Yeah.
before retail that sat around $46 to $48.
yeah. So from right here, it's $55 over at Total Wine right now.
Okay.
Which is about what I found it in August.
Yeah.
So it's I would say for the price and for the flavor of it, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of high-end bourbons that are $60, $70 that are flavorless.
Yes.
They don't have the body that this has
Yeah.
or the alcohol percentage at all.
For sure.
So, no, this will not be a 10.
And it's a pretty bottle.
Yeah, it is a cool bottle.
Do love that it comes into
It's
a
in like
wine
almost
bottle.
a wine bottle. Yeah.
It literally looks like a wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm honestly going to give this an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 Mandos.
Yep.
It's not for every Mando.
No, definitely not.
But it is a fantastic whiskey.
Bo-Katan would drink that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, spoiler warning for Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 11.
Oh, you just
'Cause
ruined it for so many people.
We're going to talk about
Spoiler
it.
warning for Clone Wars. Spoiler warning
Everything.
for
Rebels.
Guys,
Spoiler
Let's get
warning
in.
for Donnie Darko.
to the recap. And Connor
Yep.
McLeod, the best Highlander.
Debatable.
Yes, he's on my side.
Listen,
I just do it to troll.
guys. Justin, kick us off. Tell us
This
the name
is why
of this.
Duncan is a better.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's not what you meant.
No.
Okay.
Tell us.
Number one, his sword.
Okay, listen. Mandalorian
The Heiress.
Season 2.
The Heiress. The Heiress.
The
Heiress.
Yeah. Chapter 11. Guys, this episode was an absolute banger. Okay? Let's be honest. We had a really good time talking about the last episode, but there was some things that were left on the table. We wanted more. Not every episode can be this episode, but are we not so glad that we got this
exists now?
episode?
Yeah, because
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
almost what we were talking about, like taken on its own. It might have felt a little underwhelming or a little side questy.
The episode before.
Yes, the previous episode on
Yep.
its own, which for some people they love that, some people they hate that. It was kind of a divisive thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now when you look at it with this episode, the first three together
Just
have now
flow.
they've all wrapped themselves and pushed the main story forward, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
It's really
Shout
like
out to
go ahead.
Bryce Howard.
No, I was just going to say that, this was one of the first episodes where you definitely wanted more. There wasn't enough time to
Yeah.
go over everything. You just wanted it to keep going.
I could have had more Mando on Stormtrooper fighting for
God, so
another
much fun.
30 minutes. Like that whole ship takeover scene could have taken an hour and I would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
And Bryce Howard, who directed one of your favorite episodes last season.
The Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Guys, we are starting a movement here at Konkon's Cantina. Hashtag give Bryce her own Star Wars movie.
It's a long
Yeah.
hashtag.
It is. And I
And it
checked
doesn't-
earlier.
It doesn't include her last name.
It doesn't. Any Bryce can take it, but this one specifically. I made the hashtag. I checked Twitter.
my God.
It's
I'm sure
not
nobody
trending.
else came up with that.
Not a single person. But the point is,
Hashtag, I think it would be a really nice idea if we would give Bryce a... I can't even get it out.
You couldn't even get it. Guys, the point is this was absolutely amazing. We're going to get into this recap.
Yes.
We're very, very excited. This episode literally got me choked up. Actually,
My throat is still
Sore from yelling.
screaming.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Actually made me yell at the TV. Actually made me cry at some points because I was literally that happy about this episode. So let's get right into it. Okay. We start with the crest limping to Trask. Everyone is sleeping soundly when Mando is awoken by beeping of the incoming moon.
Babies eyeing those eggs while they're asleep.
Already looking. Without a guidance system, Mando has to land the ship manually. Quote, if we don't burn to a crisp, end quote. Fire blazing underneath the hull of the Razor Crest heading towards the planet's surface. Mando gets some assistance from Frog Lady to help stabilize the crest. Shoutouts to Frog Lady.
Yeah.
For holding the...
Coming in clutch.
Coming in clutch, holding it together.
Holding
okay.
the clutch.
The flight tower chimes in
Pushing in the clutch.
and tells Mando he is coming in too fast and he needs to slow down.
Razor Crest, please reduce speed.
While coming
it.
to a sudden but yet controlled stop, the Razor Crest right engine gives out, sending the crew into the ocean.
The port master just
I love-
shaking his head.
Yeah.
I love as it was doing the last moments of landing, and
Yeah.
it catches that scene, and you can see straight through the ship.
Yeah, yeah.
All the hull plates are gone, and you can see straight through, and it's like, kadoom, and you just fall sideways
Dude,
into
just-
the water. I'm totally on my own, and I just spit taked my drink out. I did not expect that.
Oh, so good.
With what looks like a repurposed AT-AT.
It's the same thing I said.
Yeah.
Repurposed AT-AT is what I
it's
got.
exactly what it looked like. A repurposed AT-AT crane-like piece of machinery picks up the crest and the crew and puts them
like
on the dock.
Empire out of war, and they repurpose the technology into some industrial use. It was cool.
Somebody's got to pick this stuff up and auction.
Yeah,
it.
it's world building.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
universe building.
Yeah. Mando hires a dock worker to fix the crest. Quote, "Can you fix it?" The dock worker replies, "Fix it. I can make it fly."
Yeah.
This dude has no idea what he's doing. Can we just get that out there?
He goes, "I'll fuel it up if it can hold fuel."
Yeah, he's like dude has it's kind of like a play on, unfortunately, people just not trusting mechanics.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. But it was just funny to see. I'm looking around at this little thing that he lands on, and I'm like, where's my dude's tool chest? Like,
Yeah.
it literally looks like he used plywood to put this thing back together towards the end of the episode. Like, it doesn't even look like metal or anything.
He's like, this is not what I signed up for.
No, exactly. Frog Lady then sees her husband. All the frog noises.
My favorite part about this is if you turn subtitles on, all it says is shouting in frog.
Yeah, Frog Lady shouting.
It says
Yeah.
shouting in frog in parentheses.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get somebody's attention at the airport.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pre-COVID,
Yes.
when you could actually greet your loved ones at the gate. Yeah, exactly. Or when you could walk people to the gate.
Yeah.
Like you can't. You know, at what point did that start?
Pre 9/11.
Pre 9/11. Yeah, exactly.
Never forget.
Oh man, yeah, that brought me down a little bit. Not gonna lie.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was our fault. Okay. Somehow our hearts are literally touched as Frog Lady and Frog Husband embrace. They start touching each other's faces tenderly, and even as Chris from the FOMOcast pointed out to me earlier today,
second eyeball gill things that they had.
dude, they're fluttering and they're so happy to see each other. I legit it's crazy how I went from I was concerned to having too much of this Frog Lady. I'm like, she better be in the last episode and we never see her again. To like literally getting choked up, like missing my wife,
the
missing,
reunion.
Yeah, the reunion of like they've been apart. You go on a trip, business trip, whatever the case may be, and you're separated from your significant other, and they get together. Like, how did they take like this gecko saving me insurance Frog Lady? Right, and it was touching. It really was.
It's very well written and very well directed.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that through all this, there's a character in the background watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
As Frog Lady and her frog husband are embracing, Mando assures Baby Yoda that he will get him some food. Mando then asks the Frogman, quote, "I was told you could lead me to others of my kind." Frogman points him in the direction of the inn, but off in the distance, as Justin said, we see a woman in black. Now we know Sasha Banks' character has been revealed.
And she, as Jordan called it, full-on Jason Bourne disappears.
Yes. At this point, we didn't know. At this point, what did you think she was? Did you guys have an inclination
I
at this
immediately
point?
thought she was a Mandalorian at that point.
At that point?
Yeah, like the way the episode was going, I was like, oh, she's got to be one of the Mandalorian.
Something of a covert or of some sort. Yeah. The inn, Mando gets some chowder for the child. He asks the innkeeper about other Mandalorians.
Another Mon Cala.
He
sounds
then
exactly like Akbar or Raditz.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
apparently they all sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
You want some chowder? Take a seat. If you sit here, you have to buy something to eat.
Yep.
This was like the most Skyrim scene I've ever seen in Star Wars. Like, you go to the NPC.
It's like the annoyingly long dialogue that you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, just get me past this. Like, they can't even walk right. They're like walking into the raw. What do you need? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You're like, just give me the quest so I can go get the thing.
exactly.
Okay?
With calamari flan, I don't care what anybody says. This is the calamari flan that he literally got in season 1.
Yep.
He's just been hanging on to it this whole time, and now
Choosing
he can use
the
it.
right time to spend that rather than the Imperial credits.
Exactly. He buys the information with the calamari flan. He says,
And a
quote,
bowl of soup for the child.
yes, the chowder
Some chowder.
comes with it.
Chowder.
Quote, others with Beskar have been through here. A Quarren then approaches Mando. Can we talk about the accents that both, like you said, the Mon Cala and this Quarren had?
Quarren
It's like,
have straight up pirate accents.
yeah.
Dar.
Like 100% army pirate accents.
We can get you there. It just be a few mere hour sail. Aye. That's what he literally says. Aye.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most pirate thing I've ever
Well,
seen.
come on. I mean, we watched episodes where people are talking with like Western accents, you know, as a marshal for a town.
I'm Cobb Vanth.
Exactly.
Dang it, man. No matter how hard I try, I can't be as good looking as him. Or sound like him. He tells Mando that it is only a few hour sail away, but it will cost him. We cut then to Mando being on the open sea.
Before you leave that, one of my favorite parts is Mando again with the most precise of vibraknife kills.
Oh yeah.
the little squid
Yes.
jumps up and on his face, and he's like, "Skit." Like
Touches the little
like
octopus.
the perfect, most precision. Like, boop. There you go. Here you go, little buddy.
All over Baby Yoda, just getting,
reminded me
getting
of-
it in on him.
The Mudhorn that we talked about when he took the Mudhorn out, like giant, massive creature, and he like has his little 6-inch at its longest vibro knife, and he knows exactly.
6
Right.
inches on a good day.
Yeah, around. But that precise
Yes, I mean,
knowing
for sure.
exactly
Yeah.
like where these creatures like
That's
crucial,
the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It was a cool little tiny thing in the background.
As Mando is on the open sea, Brother 2 Corrin asks, "Have you seen a Mancor eat?" Now, we did a little bit of research. Mammacore. And this Mammacore, I was super intrigued by apparently everything in this new season having a billion teeth.
Yeah.
Let's just get that right out of the way.
Multiple rows of circular teeth.
I was really hoping for a "we're going to need a bigger boat" joke at this point. We didn't get one. I understand why. But with Spielberg and Lucas being friends, I thought somebody would pay some sort of homage. That would have been hilarious. But
Yep.
the Mammacore is, like, we were talking about this too. Does the ship have, like, is this like the kiddie pool? Or
is this like a live well in the ship? Or is
Yeah.
this like
Oh, I didn't think about a live well.
Yeah.
Because he said something like they should have fed her in port, but they couldn't feed her in port, and that's when he pushes Baby Yoda. Yeah, so it is like maybe a live well, like you're saying. I didn't even think about a live well. I don't know why I didn't think of that. At this point,
Not as smart as me.
There you go. At this point, he implores Mando to bring the child to Wash. He says it's going to be a good show.
Just
come
bring him over here.
Come over here.
Let him see. He's gonna love it.
Look
At him. Look at him. He likes it.
Listen, without warning, Baby Yoda is thrown into the pool.
It's like Sparta kicks, but like Sparta like staff swats him.
Wait, what's the name of the moon again? Trask?
Yeah,
This is Trask! Just full sends him into the pool. Unfortunately, once again, guys, stop getting Baby Yoda so close to death.
I know.
Okay?
God.
Like, stop.
I like that they didn't take the time to try to grab Baby Yoda like full bassinet, like
yeah.
Yeah.
Just full sent right into the
Yeah.
pool. Without warning, of course, he is thrown in. Without hesitation, our Mando daddy
dives in.
After the child. Mando is trapped. Seemingly at his wits'
Beskar is
end.
ours.
Yeah, we're going to be rich.
Yeah.
We will then hide it in a cave and be cursed forever.
The Beskar is ours.
Shut up, Jack Sparrow.
They want the Beskar. Mando is seemingly at his wits' end, and out of nowhere, literally the point where I
was an
literally
Aladdin joke.
cried.
That was an Aladdin joke. If you didn't get it,
Okay.
Yeah, we got that.
This is the Disney podcast. Bo-Katan flies from above with the help of 2 other Mandalorians.
with the sickest of jetpack spin kicks,
Just
Dude.
straight out of Clone Wars. You brought that up when we
Yeah.
were watching the episode.
And next, these 2 Mandos that come with her, Casca Reeves, which is Sasha Banks' character. Most anime name I've ever heard in my life. Casca.
yeah, Casca is a very anime name.
And she's the one, she does like that Cammy from Street Fighter
Spinning
drill
spiral,
kick.
Yeah.
Literally the most
Man.
Clone Wars thing that we've seen. I've said this on the podcast before, and I will say it again. If you are not watching Clone Wars and Rebels, there is so much Mandalorian material in there. You are missing out on good Star Wars content. There is so much that, obviously, Dave Filoni, right? Mike, come on.
Yeah.
He does the Clone Wars, and now we have this. There, it's obviously being iterated.
Literally, Jon Favreau is in it as Pre-Vizsla.
Yeah,
Vizsla.
Vizsla. Like, come on, it's amazing. So, Bo-Katan, I'm bawling at this point. I'm so happy. I can't
Oh yeah,
believe
the
Bo-Katan.
second you see her night watch or her night owl helmet, like
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah, I'm literally dying inside. I can't believe it.
and then you got Axe Wolves.
Axe Woes.
The most Dave Filoni name ever.
The second most Dave Filoni name.
He's like,
Trapper Wolf
What would wolf sound like if I had a speech impediment? Wolves.
is... Listen, Trapper
Axe
Wolf
wolves.
is cool, but I need more than one wolf. You mean wolves? No, wolves. So, Casca and Wolves,
Axe
last name,
Wolves.
Axe Wolves, they come with Bo-Katan to help rescue. Mando is pulled from the kiddie pool at this point, and he explains that the child is still in there with the Mammacore. Without hesitation, Casca jumps in after the Mando, using her jetpack and obviously her blasters to fly around and destroy this beast, saving Baby Yoda.
And then what you didn't mention there is when we got this brother. That was one of your
Yeah.
biggest pet peeves.
Okay, this is going to be a little rant. There's absolutely nothing I can pick apart about this episode.
Well, except for what you're about to do.
Except for what I'm about to say. There is a lot about the show that is absolutely amazing. I really wanted a VOD here. So VOD, VOD, in Mandalorian is brother, sister. Like, that's the clansmanship, and she reaches out to him and pulls him out. And she says, brother, we got you. She's going to help with the child and whatnot.
Yeah.
I really wanted a VOD here. VOD instead of brother. It would have sent me over the moon.
Yeah.
But once again, that is just the smallest, minute thing. Brother obviously gets the point across.
Yeah.
To a more casual watcher. Mm-hmm. Not everybody's a freak like me who knows that Mandalorian for brother is VOD. Okay, but that's a huge Mandalorian mercs thing.
Yeah,
and it's just a huge Mandalorian thing. So that was the only thing.
Yeah.
So
They save him. They get the child.
they get the child before Mando can even explain his quest. Bo and her crew remove their helmets. And his heart stops again. Like, this is like the third time.
he's like, "Come on, man!"
Yeah.
He's again with, where did you get the armor? Like,
You are not Mandalorian. Like,
Yeah.
my dude's just like accusation crazy.
Dude.
Like,
like I was right the first time.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
back at it with the where'd you get the armor?
Listen, are you?
What is with all these people having all this Mandalorian armor and they're not Mandalorian?
And the explanation is Bo lays it straight out for him. So Bo explains that her armor has been in her family for 3 generations. After another claim from Din that they are not Mandalorian, Bo replies, quote, "I am Bo-Katan of Clan Krez. I was born on Mandalore and I fought in the Purge. I am the last of my line."
Kryze, right?
Kryze.
Kryze?
Yeah, I keep saying it wrong. Sorry, Kryze. "I am the last of my line, and you are a child of the Watch. Children of the Watch are a cult of religious zealots who broke away from the Mandalorian society. Their goal was to reestablish the ancient way."
So, digging into that.
Yeah.
He's a children of the Watch.
Yeah.
A child.
A child of the Watch. They are the children of the Watch. Mm-hmm. We talked about how in season 1, when Din is saved as a kid, we clearly see Death Watch insignia when they're coming, and they have like the known yellow blasts from their blasters, which is only Death Watch. It was Death Watch that saved him, but they don't refer to him as part of Death Watch.
No.
Yes.
I personally, I was talking to you about this. I think that this, after whatever happens with the Night of 1,000 Tears, the whole purge,
Yeah.
I think that this Children of the Watch is almost a splinter of a splinter, because Death Watch is already a splinter of Mandalore.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is a splinter of that, to where they go ultra, like reserved,
Ultra splinter.
Yeah.
The splinter of a splinter.
like super reserved. Like they're like as
they go from a sect of Mandalore to being, like she said, a cult
yeah,
following.
which is cool because it explains why the whole problem that we had. Like, why are they not taking their helmets off?
Yeah.
This is not a thing that exists.
Yeah.
And we even made comments about Mandalorians in Clone War, in Rebels, taking off their helmets. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And we
we were
got...
trying to explain it away in our head canon, figuring
Yeah.
out like maybe there's something that happens with this whole Imperial takeover,
Right.
and
It
it
kinda-
changes things.
And it seems like that's what it is.
but it's not
Yeah.
everybody.
No.
No.
It's not. Yeah, it's not everybody.
So it wouldn't even apply to even Boba Fett in the first episode having, his
Right.
armor.
I still, and this was, burp. This was, I gave the hot take on season 1 that it's possible that Boba
Yeah.
Fett could have taken the Creed.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why he doesn't reveal himself. Now it's kind of looking like that's less likely, obviously. But it was cool that you notice too, the tone that they say this in is they've encountered these types of Mandalorians
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh, he's one of them."
And
Yeah.
what I was going to say going along with that is, if you kind of look at their facial expressions, they look at each other as if they're like, oh, God, we got to deal with one of these guys. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're talking, like they're talking to him, and they're like kind of giving each other the glance in the eye that they're dealing with somebody who's like a brainwashed victim.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
And they're-
happens when every
yeah.
time someone walks up to you and you're just like, "Take off your armor. You're not a Mandalorian." Like, it can't be just Din who's doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they, like you
Yeah.
said, they're doing, this is happening to other people.
They're like
Yeah.
they're dealing with them like they're a brainwashed person. Like
Yeah.
like, oh God, we got to put our kids' gloves on and let's deal with him and explain it all over again.
Yeah. With that, Mando flies away,
good
explaining
with
that,
that jetpack.
he's getting good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Explaining that there is only way, and it is the way of Mandalore. Back on shore, Mando is confronted by a group of Quarren for the accusations of killing their brother.
My brother.
But once again, Bo and her Mandalorians again fly to the rescue. Bo lands in an amazing sequence. Quote,
Iron Man style lands.
superhero land,
Yeah.
just just gets up, like they all kind of rise. He didn't kill your brother. I did. And all of them, Western style, just immediate.
Not even 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
Yeah.
Down.
It was...
What I started to pick up on here specifically is I feel like our boy is kind of outshined in combat.
Yeah.
And he just kind of has this, like, I guess they don't need me. Like, kind of like a pause, like, because they're so fast and they're so skilled. Like, he's stuck under the grate. They take out the entire ship.
Yeah.
He's about to get jumped. I'd have to look back in slow motion. It almost feels like in the time that he, like, drew his blaster, they've already, like, just taken out every single Quarren there, and he's just kind of left there, like, looking at his blaster unshot.
Yeah.
So I think Mando's used to being the most lethal person in any given situation, and then he runs into 3 more people who are even more lethal than he is, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I didn't have to do much."
Do you guys feel that continues through the rest of the episode?
I 100% do, because literally down to, like, the last thing that which we'll get when we get there, I feel like it was...
Okay, well, I'll save what I have to say for that part then.
Yeah, no, I think he has enough training to be good enough to work with them, but I don't think he's as lethal as they are.
It's equivalent of, like, best at a fighting game in your local arcade going to a CEO championship.
Tournament? Yeah, like a tournament. Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm undefeated. And then he goes to an actual, like, CEO, and he's like, oh, God.
Listen, I'm the best at all my friends, okay? I pick Eddie Gordo, and I press both kick buttons. Like, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Once again, the Quarrens are defeated immensely, swiftly. Like, without a drop. They're all dead, of course. They absolutely destroy them. Back at the inn, Bo explains that the black market goods that are being traded on Trask are from Mandalore. These are Mandalorian weapons. They have enough of once they have enough of the weapons, they plan on taking Mandalore back. Din then explains that the planet is cursed and that everybody that goes there dies.
Sounds kind of very secty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very, and she said religious cult zealot.
Sounds like very, like, it's like, okay.
And that's when she says, Bo explains, do not believe everything you hear. Mandalorians are stronger together. Which is weird that she has to say that, and it almost takes her saying that for him to realize it. Because, remember, Heavy Mando in Season 1, he says, our strength used to be in our numbers.
Going on
I know,
now.
listen. He says our strength used to be in our numbers
Yeah.
when him and Mando have that first face-off in Chapter 3, The Sin. And this is, once again, she's echoing those words. So we almost have somebody who's...
And, well, in the covert, only one could go above ground at a time, if you remember.
Yeah.
There was only one allowed. So it's going along with what you're just saying. Like, he's been trained, only one goes up, the covert stays down and hiding.
Yeah.
And she's telling him the complete opposite. Our strength is in our numbers. We all need to band together.
And, you know... Is it troubling to you to hear that and see that? Because now we have 2 instances. One, Chapter 3, where we have a bunch of Mandos come together, literally kill the entire bounty hunter guild that was on Navarro. And now we have more Mandalorians coming together with our guy, Mando Din Djarin. And same thing. Mandos together, and they're just ripping people apart.
How the heck did they get taken over? It's just had to be pure numbers. Or some massive super weapon.
Well, they also
or
are
they're
very,
infighting, probably.
Infighting has to be one of the things. I also think that they have a very strict rules that they end up following. Like we were talking about, even in old EU, you kill the leader, they now have to follow that person. So there's these very strict rules that they have to follow. So
remember in Rebels, Sabine Wren is solely responsible for creating a weapon that targets Beskar armor and vaporizes people wearing the armor.
Yes.
In fact, it is drawn, the electrical current that this weapon creates is drawn to Beskar, frying not only the Beskar, but the organic being inside the armor.
I forgot about that episode.
Could it be that the Empire...
Well, that's canon, yeah. They
and
have
it's
that.
canon.
yeah,
Is
That's a good point.
this the
Great thought.
Purge? Does Palpatine have this in his
The
back
Night
pocket?
of 1,000 Tears.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that's a great...
Good call
That's a
out.
good memory.
Now, this is...
Glad
After the Purge, though, is in Rebels when she gets this weaponry back. Was this weaponry used during the Great Purge?
That's a good question.
You know,
Yeah.
there's timeline stuff that we're not clear on.
Glad I thought of that.
Yeah. Listen, I can only be as smart as my co-host, so thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that.
Great prediction, guys.
Yeah,
Great
thank you.
prediction.
So the next scene that we're about to start talking
Yes.
to is one of the things that I, in the very last episode, said I've been waiting for in a moment of this season.
Mm-hmm.
And the next scene after they leave the
inn.
the cantina, the inn, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it, is they're all sitting on top of the broken down Razor Crest.
Is that's what it was? They were sitting on the Razor Crest?
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, the
sitting on-
cockpit kind of
Yeah,
looked.
they're sitting on
yeah.
the Razor Crest. Awesome skyline behind them, and they're all just lounged out, like they're chilling.
I want that picture, and I want to superimpose it and edit it so it's all fluorescent purples and pinks, and
Yep.
it's like
Yeah.
80s.
Yep, because it already
sunset.
had like that purplish, bluish hues in the background.
Exactly.
This is the first of this entire season of not a concept art, but like a live action scene that I'm like, oh my god, I need that as a poster.
Yeah,
That
poster
is
worthy
the
shot.
poster. Like the first season has so many cinematic, like sprawling, gorgeous shots.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
silhouette shots and the fingers. Like everything was awesome in the first season. This is the first time I've gotten one of those, and it gave me immediate Halo Reach vibes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is like I like the immediate thing I thought of is Halo Reach with like the squad of the different Spartans all posted up in
Yeah.
like a scene.
Yes. Oh,
this was
that's
like
cool.
each of the different Mandalorian, their armors are all different from each other, and I'm like, oh my god, this is what I've been waiting for.
Yes. And right before we get to that scene, Bo explains to Din that not only can she tell him where the Jedi are, because at this point he has explained to her that he must give the child to the Jedi yet again. I feel like Din is still telling too many people this thing. It's
I've
like
been quested.
Yeah,
If
hey-
he says I've been questioned one more time,
dude, like, hey guys, my name's Din. By the way, I got to get my little green dog to the Jedi. Can
Yeah.
you help me? Like, you know, it is what it is, but I think he is, you know, there's a lot of people that are kind of getting this information.
Yeah.
But he explains that to her once again, and she says that she can help him, but before she has to do the mission, as you were talking about, Justin. The mission is simple: to ambush an Imperial ship and take back the Mandalorian weapons. Now, we talked about the ship earlier, Justin. Did you have any of that written down? We've seen this ship multiple times.
it's a Gazanti class cruiser.
Yes.
which we have seen in like a ton of stuff. We've seen it.
Rebels,
We've seen it both live action and we've seen this in animated. We've seen it in episode 1. We've seen this in Rebels. We've seen this in Clone Wars. We've seen this in the original trilogy. Wait, no, it's original trilogy era. Never mind. But we've seen it in Phantom Menace. We've seen it in also Solo: A Star Wars Story.
We have?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Man, I have to check that out. I have
Yeah.
to check that one. I don't remember it.
It's never been like a massive like featured ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a workhorse. It's like just a giant.
It's a transport ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a just big lumbering, like you fit a whole bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Ship.
Mando has to get a babysitter. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Frog Lady and Frog Dad coming
Frog
in
guy.
to the rescue.
Official name Frog Man.
Frog Man coming
Frog
in.
dude.
Just
What?
coming in.
Eric.
Yeah. Dank Ferrick. The Mandalorians, in the most Iron Man type fashion, board the ship. The mission has started.
Yep.
They quickly start dispatching stormtroopers. In a coordinated attack, they move down the hallway swiftly, killing one stormtrooper after another.
Again, I feel like Mando doesn't do a whole bunch in this.
No.
See, I completely I disagree. He's literally he. There's a scene where he peers over Bo, takes a shot, and she's like, "Oh, okay, he knows what he's doing."
Yeah.
You guys
I
both are
feel
missing that.
I'm not discounting his skill.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying that I felt like he was very outmatched, and he did only a couple things, and I felt it was like, "Ooh, I gotta prove myself."
I think it's specifically it was when they first got onto the cruiser where Bo got in with the blade
Yes.
coming out, and she took out 3 stormtroopers by herself. They all walked in, and then all of a sudden he came in. He looked around. He's like, "Oh crap, they can
Yeah.
do that."
Yeah, like I really feel like he kind of had like a moment of awe.
Yeah.
where he's like, "Oh man, this is like what like Mandalorian." I just said weird. That really weird.
Yeah, you did.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
This is what Mandalorians can do when they work together instead of like on their own.
And also, they have so much experience.
yeah, I was
okay,
like,
there's-
Bo is like, she is battle hardened.
There's a point to be made there, but I feel that Din does 3 key things that if he wasn't there, they wouldn't have won this battle.
Yeah, no.
He
agreed.
has the thermal detonators. He throws
Okay,
the smoke.
We'll get to that because
Well, it's right here.
Yeah.
So Bo and the crew are met with more stormtroopers. Din Djarin. Okay, in the notes. Just making. You got
Literally
that? Din
go-
Djarin, you got that? I'm just
Yep.
making sure. Okay. Din Djarin throws a smoke bomb,
okay,
right?
Yeah,
Flashbang.
And then they all use their flashbang
they're
smoke
throwing
bomb.
which first of all, stormtroopers have in their helmets also, so that made no sense. That's canon.
Well, they can't see through the smoke.
That's canon. They have thermal imaging in all of their stormtrooper helmets. 100% canon.
These ones didn't. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
the episode.
I know. That's what I'm like. Well, that's stupid because that's they have the breather filters and thermal imaging in all their helmets.
God,
they can poison out. They can filter out smokes, not toxins. That's Finn. Finn gone too soon. They throw
Anyway,
the smoke bomb and they use their heat vision, their thermal vision to clear out more stormtroopers. After being trapped in the cargo control area, the loading doors open and all the remaining Imperials are sucked out of the ship.
Can we talk about the doofus that was like,
Yeah.
Close the doors, all of them.
No. Elevator opens. He takes one shot and he's like, "Nope, we ain't doing this."
like, close the doors. Do it.
Look,
all of them. Close them. Close
Look,
them all.
look,
Close them all.
look. My dude, like he was full on.
No, gone. He's just absolutely
Connor just ran
gone.
off camera for everybody who's just like
I
wondering what
forget
the
that we
silence is.
Yeah, I forget that we just have people that listen. Okay, what I just did is, like Jordan said, he was like in the middle of the whole cargo bay, ready to take all the shots. Dude took one shot. He's like, "Nah, I'm out."
Yeah.
Like, close them. Close the doors. Close them all. Do it.
Close him. Dude he was gone. At this point, they are now talking to the unnamed
I
captain.
got him trapped.
Yeah, I got him trapped.
Where do you have him trapped?
Where?
In the cargo hold.
In the cargo control
In the
room.
cargo, he's like, wait, where?
Yeah, dude, when he said that, my dude was like,
Nope.
Just-
Again, Connor's making a weird face.
yeah, I'm making a weird face. Listen, if you're not watching this on YouTube, you're missing out on some
really
stuff. We
are.
try to put as many clips on YouTube,
Yeah.
but
Dude. And then they get sucked out of the cargo hold.
yes.
And then
Come in.
the pilot like,
Come in.
"Come in.
Hello?
Hello."
I really
Hello.
enjoyed the Imperial pilots.
Yeah.
Like those two guys, like
Man.
it's unfortunate that they end up getting killed.
Yeah.
Long live the Empire.
Long live the Empire. I was really hoping for I don't know.
Something.
Maybe they were just two guys that, and I think I said this when we were watching it. They looked very Imperial,
Yes,
Yeah.
they did.
and I could have gotten
So one of
behind more of them.
one of my only weird qualms with this is, which it could be explained away by this is like remnant empire.
Yeah.
But Imperial officers, for everything we've ever seen, always have an accent.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that the officer nor the pilots have any type of accent.
The guy in the black had an accent.
Okay, but the officer,
The officer did not.
Like, did
you're,
not.
you're right. Yeah.
and that kind of threw me off. But I mean, it can be explained away. Like, this is, they're obviously, how many people got killed in the Death Star?
The first one.
The first one and
And
the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've already seen in a lot of the books that everybody got pushed up the ranks. But
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
it was weird seeing officers in command not having that.
And it's great that you said that. Shout outs to our lost
Justin.
episodes.
Oh, sorry.
Our lost episodes, our Lost Stars episode, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Is Lost Stars with Claudia Gray, writer. Shout outs to Claudia Gray. She's coming on the podcast.
Email me back, Claudia. What
Yeah,
the
come on.
heck?
She in
Timothy
that-
does.
in-
Me and Timmy.
You and Timmy are best friends. In that book, there's literal canon explanation of people being bumped up in ranks because of the vacuum of power in
Yeah.
the Empire of so many people being killed by the destruction of the first.
Sienna is like, oh, I would have never reached this rank in years, and I've just accelerated that much in months.
Exactly. And you can actually see on their placards, on their Imperial placards, so the captain, he has 3 bars on the bottom, or the top and bottom, and the other 2 guys only have 2.
Yeah.
So at least they're showing some continuity stuff, but they were gone too soon,
Way too soon.
unfortunately.
Which we know that captain from, oh my gosh, now I can't remember the
Bex.
show.
Bex. Amazon,
Bex,
you said.
and he was on
Beck.
Lost also.
Oh yeah, he was.
And we talked about this earlier. He was unnamed,
Yeah, it's
which
weird.
was
Yeah.
super unnecessary. I
Yeah.
mean, we could have gotten a name of some
yeah,
sort.
we got weird name, the Axe Wolves.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
because he said 2 lines.
I wonder if that's because we're gonna see those characters again.
Well, he's dead. He
Well,
No,
literally-
no,
We'll
no,
get to that.
But he's unnamed, so why see him again if he's named? Like he
Oh,
died.
oh,
You
oh.
see what I'm
You're
saying?
talking about the
But the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorians are named, so we
Yeah.
could see them again.
Yeah.
So back to the recap.
The only thing I don't like after Bo kills them all is that she gives them a line over the intercom after they're like, hello? Come in.
I know what you're gonna say.
It's like, put some tea on. We'll be up in a minute.
Now that you said that, did you like the prank call that Poe does in the beginning
No,
of
I
Last
didn't
Jedi?
like that either.
See, I think it's funny.
It takes me out. It
takes
takes
you
me
out.
out of the universe.
That did feel a little cheesy.
Yeah.
But
Like,
but-
not that I wouldn't imagine they would do stuff like that.
You don't think
Yeah.
in
they
the
drink
universe?
tea in Star Wars?
Yeah. Well, that's more of a Jean-Luc Picard kind of thing, so probably not.
Oh, what?
Jean-Luc.
Who's that?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, they probably drink tea, but something about that being like
I totally get it, by the
real
way.
Yeah.
world type
yeah.
of a sentence, it just kind of took me out of the moment.
So
slightly.
what would you have rather have heard?
Brew some spotchka. We'll
There
be
you
up
go.
in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like anything like
Yeah.
like that.
One thing that I do want to point out that I didn't get to point out earlier is at this point, all the Mandalorians, including Din, have been outnumbered. And one thing that they haven't done, which I'm really happy that they haven't done, is they haven't used whistling birds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whistling birds are being used so sparingly.
Which we saw Bo has on her gauntlet.
Yes,
we both caught that.
We both caught that. Whether she has ammo in the whistling birds, we don't really know. But it's just nice to see a clear, like, this is something that is used very sparingly.
Yeah.
And to not see that being overused, and we have the hand-to-hand combat, we have the pistols being drawn, you know.
The grappling hook.
Yeah. Oh, and when they were on the ship,
Yeah.
like, all the Batman just, you know, I really, really appreciated that. Back to the recap. The Imperial officers, they've been sucked out of the cargo hold. I am trying to find...
Come in, and then
Yeah.
as they put the tea on,
Yeah.
Yes.
then she realizes they signed up for more than he was expecting.
Yeah.
Yes. So exactly. So Bo then explains that they want the entire ship and they need this to help take over Mandalore. Mando then says, "This isn't what I signed up for," and she gives him the
You're
most
changing
witty
the terms of the deal.
Yes, the most witty reply. And what was that
Which
reply?
shout out to the callback of Empire Strikes Back. With
Yes.
that you're changing the
You
terms.
are-
changing the. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Yeah.
That's what we were expecting.
Yes.
But then she just
Would that have
drops-
been too much fan service?
Yes.
That would have been too much.
Yeah.
This is the way of more of a snide,
Yeah.
like
Slapping
Her-
the...
yeah.
Oh,
just-
man.
yeah.
Just mockingly. This is the way.
This is the way. And it's almost...
Savage.
It's mocking like that cult of
Yeah.
him again. Like
And two...
this is your thing.
And it's kind of like what Frog Lady did to him in the episode before.
Like,
yeah.
People keep calling in this creed that he follows. When she says, you know, you're a Mandalorian, you're supposed to keep your word. I guess those were just stories for children.
Yep.
We have 2 episodes in a row where at some point will this creed possibly cause Din to lose his life because he has to follow something blindly.
Or he'll have to break it.
Well,
And-
this whole show was based on Boba Fett for him to become
Yes,
Mandalore the
Mandalorian.
Great.
Yeah.
So he'll probably die. Yeah.
I mean, Bo-Katan or Boba? Who's cooler?
Bo-Katan
Is
Yeah.
way cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I mean...
Boba does a lot of standing around. Bo
Looking
does
cool.
a lot of.
But you know, we're all hoping that we get some cool Boba stuff by the end of
Yeah.
this show.
I would love some fleshed out canon for Boba.
Yes.
because he was so fleshed out in the EU. Like,
Exactly.
if they did that, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Man, once again, this is exactly what we knew this was going to run.
Yes.
Long. So let's finish this recap and then we'll get into the.
We see our boy finally, the first callback of the most amazing character from season 1, Moff Gideon's phone call.
Yes.
With the captain.
Finally, your favorite character from season 1, Captain. The unnamed captain calls for reinforcements. Moff Gideon comes over the intercom and he simply announces and explains that
it.
the ship is already lost. Reinforcements will not be coming.
It's not an option.
You know what to do.
The Empire.
Long live the Empire.
That's such an emperor. Like,
Dude, the delivery of Long Live the Empire. And have you read the Aftermath books?
No, I need to.
So, and including the Phasma book, you get such a preview into where the Empire is and where the Empire is going for the First Order. And there's just so much about exactly how he delivers this and how the captain talks back it is cultish in a way, just like what Mando is following. You know what I
It
mean?
was very Nazi-esque.
Yes.
Which, I mean, even
It's
like
what they're designed after.
the final
Yeah.
moment of that same captain is like the most Nazi captive thing ever.
Cyanide pill,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So they are pushing forward to the helm of the ship. They figure out at this point
Hey, you guys!
the unnamed captain has killed the two pilots.
Our boy runs like a dodo.
Say, no, not like a
Yes,
dodo.
That
Stop.
was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, that's
That was
no,
literally,
no.
I got no moves, so I'm just gonna,
No.
I'm gonna hunch down and run like a dingus with 2 bombs, because I have no skill set to get me out of this, and just takes the shots.
Excuse me
weak.
while I'm looking to the skies for answers.
That was like, hey guys, I can do it too. I can do things. I can do stuff too, guys.
Hey,
They had no answers.
No.
Yep.
And they're plummeting. And Casca, most anime character ever, is literally on her data pad being like, we are dropping. And guess what is doing nothing? Bo-Katan and freaking pack of wolves. Okay?
Every Goonies movie needs its hero.
Dude,
Yep.
you are triggering me so hard. That is the stupidest thing.
That is the biggest hey you guys moment.
He waited until this very moment to say it to you. You know that, right?
Chunk like ice cream.
Okay. At this point, Din rushes forward into the stormtroopers, letting his Beskar armor take all the blows as he is running forward with his grenades, apparently in a whatever he is in Goonies. I don't know what he is. Chunk. It's not Chunk. Chunk is... Anyway. Finally breaking into the cockpit, they save the ship. Bo then asks the unnamed captain, where is her Darksaber? He tells her, you're asking the question, and you already know the answer.
Yeah.
In a similar cyanide pill type fashion, the unknown captain bites down on an electronic something in his mouth and kills himself in a form of suicide.
Same effects of the pulse rifle stun.
Yeah.
Like the blue lightning-y type of
And
thing.
we see the reflections of his skull, like, reminded me of Return of the Jedi. You know, when Luke's getting jacked up.
And when Vader is getting
Yes.
shocked by the Force lightning and you see his skull.
Before he dies, before he leaves, Bo tells Din, quote, take the foundling to the city of Coladan, the forest planet of Corvus, thank you. Man, you know what? I write these things down and I tell myself I'm going to remember how to pronounce it. Never do.
No.
No, never do.
Chunking.
There
The city
you
of
will
Coladan
find
on the forest planet of Corvus.
there you will find Ahsoka Tano. Tell
Drops
her
that bomb. Yes! Did not see that coming. By the way, it's Ahsoka Tano.
Exactly.
I'm like, what?
tell her that you were sent by Bo-Katan.
Oh.
Bo-Katan.
What?
How much did you
I am
scream?
the biggest hypocrite.
How much did you
I'm
scream?
going to tell you right now.
Oh, wait. Let me
Do
get
it.
on
Do it.
There you go.
I am a big hypocrite.
Okay.
I sat here for months saying, I don't want it.
We don't want it.
Give me new
No.
characters. Give
Yep.
me new planets.
Yep.
I don't want these
I don't
legacy
want it.
characters. The second they said, Bo-Katan is telling me, go see Ahsoka, tell her I sent you, I'm like, yes! Yes! I was so happy. And I immediately was like, oh.
You're the problem.
It's like all 5 fingers pointing back at me, not just 4.
Okay.
It's because they did it correctly. It's because they didn't shoehorn it in. They didn't.
It all made sense. It literally did.
They didn't give any fanfare about it.
No.
It wasn't like you're going to go here and you're going to talk to Ahsoka Tano, and but it was just like a casual thing of, oh, by the way, this is who you're going to go
it was
see.
thrown out there as a
So
name.
perfect.
It was thrown out there as a name that nobody else in this little circle of people, it's not relevant.
right.
It was like, here's a person who you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Here's a person who a lot of people that we've been talking to didn't even know who it was.
Yeah.
Because they don't watch Clone Wars or Rebels. They didn't even know, who's Ahsoka?
Yeah, I had a conversation with 2 people today, and I explained to them Starbuck. You know, they were a Battlestar Galactica fan.
Katee Sackhoff.
It's really cool to see Katee into live action sci-fi.
Yeah.
She's just an ultimate BA now, in my opinion. Now we just need Nathan Fillion
Yes.
to be in both Star Wars and Firefly.
Yep.
Oh my god, if they could find a way to
Make him a Mando.
Fillion.
Just
Yeah.
make him a Mando or
Yeah.
something. Make him another bounty
Just make
hunter.
him a smuggler. He needs to be a smuggler.
Something.
Something.
That would be perfect. She
Yeah,
tells
so
him to see Ahsoka. Now, question. Let's finish this recap, then we'll get into a little bit of prediction.
Sure.
So, Mando then returns in the most Iron Man fashion yet again, jumping off, activating his jetpack, obviously getting better at it, to get Baby Yoda. Once he walks into Frog Lady and Frog Guy's house, the 80s synth music returns. I said this earlier. This really seems like this is Baby Yoda's theme now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he has his own theme.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm full sending this theme.
Yeah.
I need this on repeat just in my entire life.
Gotta find it
Every
on
time I
YouTube.
walk into a room, I need this music to start playing. Okay. Love it. Mando is not impressed with the condition of his Razor Crest. He says, quote...
Hold on. Before we move off of Baby Yoda, how hilarious was Baby Yoda, like, playing with the tiny froglet?
Yes.
And he was like, look, I'm doing it. I'm not eating it.
I'm not eating it. Look at the little guy.
He's like, "Ah!" Like when they pull him away, he's like,
It's like, no, I love this thing. Stop.
And Mando literally says, I don't need any more pets.
Yep.
And then we get to see
So
the Razor
good.
Crest, which has
In all of its glory.
somehow been turned into a drift missile held together by zip ties and plywood.
This is the 240 of ships in the Star Wars universe
That is
now.
literally the first. I was like, it's literally held together with zip ties.
Am
and
I the only one who's like actually upset about the condition of the Razor Crest?
Dude,
now?
I'm
like,
dying to
Gary.
get it back. Like,
yeah,
It's
get
sad.
it in its good,
It's
the
so
shape it deserves to
sad.
be in.
It's so sad.
it's so sad.
Jordan
Foreign-
made an amazing meme.
Yes. If you're on our Discord,
Yes.
it's the Last of Us 2. Name another character who went through more pain. I'll wait. And below that is the Razor Crest being pulled out of the water.
Mando says, quote, I gave you 1,000 credits. This is the best you could do?
Yep.
He doesn't say a word. He simply hands him the data pad to sign.
Sign, please.
Mando then flies off, jettisoning into hyperspace, leaving back one piece of the Razor Crest.
Yep.
And the episode fades to black.
Man,
What an
my
episode.
God.
so good.
Really quick, let's get into a little bit of speculation, and
Yep.
then we're going to get into the listening outpost, the
Yes.
Cantina outpost. Okay.
Can we talk about for a minute? This is something you and I talked about.
Yes.
Off mic.
Okay.
How spot on so far in this season. It has followed the exact same path of season 1.
Yeah.
Yes. And if they continue this pattern, I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah.
And
The way they're doing it, yeah.
yeah,
I
so
would have never thought that, but the way they're doing it, yeah, absolutely.
episode 1, banger. At the end, surprise.
Yep. Mhm.
Episode 2, monster of the week.
Yep.
We had the spiders. Season 1, we had the Mudhorn. This episode, banger. We had
Yes.
Mandalorian show up in the Sin. We had Mandalorians show
multiple
up
Mandalorians save the day.
in this one.
Yeah.
So does this mean we're
So-
heading towards a sanctuary
So,
type, more intimate Mando? Maybe he meets up with Cara Dune again. Maybe they have a connection again.
Yeah.
Like, you
Some
know,
type of character building, emotion showing,
Yeah.
or helping people.
savior episode. Yeah,
Kind of like how they help
it
the
could be
villagers.
it could be Ahsoka. That's the savior. It might not be Mando. That's the savior.
Yeah.
Maybe she's doing something.
Next question. Do we see Ahsoka this season?
This season, absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a thing where we see her at the end of the second to the last episode.
Do we actually see her, or do we just see her and then it goes away?
I think we see her and then the episode ends and
Uh-huh.
then the finale starts and she actually interacts and starts talking.
So there's been rumors of an actual lightsaber battle in this season. And so far, all the rumors
It's been pretty
have
true.
been pretty true. All the rumors so far have been true.
Yeah.
Unless they have some other actress that's Ahsoka.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
the way it's been going, I can't imagine it's not Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we already have an established lightsaber in this
Now,
universe.
we talked about this a little bit, that a lightsaber battle does not necessarily
The rumor is
mean-
lightsaber on lightsaber.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. Interesting. Well, we got the dark saber, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't, and this is where the rumor starts to go down for me. I don't see Gideon being a match for Ahsoka. I see Bo-Katan barely being a match for Ahsoka. So who is fighting what with lightsabers?
Yeah.
If it is a lightsaber on lightsaber. Once again, just speculation. The biggest point to me is, do we see Ahsoka at the end of this season? Justin, do you think we absolutely see her?
I think there's no way we don't see her
At this
with
point.
3 episodes in,
Yeah.
combined with the rumors. there is no way we don't see Ahsoka.
Okay.
Yep.
And
I
you,
would
you,
go
you
as,
say the
I'm,
same thing,
I'm
Jordan.
willing to go. He says the second last episode.
Uh-huh.
I think we're going to see her in some fashion in the next 2 episodes.
Here's my point of concern. I think it's very hard to not agree with the point of this show is the quest. And that quest is returning Baby Yoda to the Jedi.
Right.
When we introduce Ahsoka and we hand over Baby Yoda,
If we hand over.
Yes.
where does the show go if the whole point is I've been quested to hi, I'm Din Djarin, I'm part of the Watch. I've been quested to give this child to the Jedi. I'm no Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, give over that armor. Like
Yeah.
you see what like at what point where does the show go?
Yeah.
We'll get into the news. Season 3 starts filming December of 2020.
Yep.
Disney has said that it will release in 2021. So if the season 3 is releasing next year, that means that the story will continue. And unless we get a huge plot turn where the focus is no longer returning Baby Yoda, but maybe, I don't know, making baby... You see what I'm saying? Like, where does it go?
So the focus, if it's not Baby Yoda, and this is not where I would want the show to go, it could, because of this episode, it could focus more on the Children of the Watch.
Nope.
And it could go into the new upcoming war they're trying to do to retake Mandalore.
I agree with that.
This
Yeah.
show will not exist without Baby Yoda.
I
100%.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
No, I agree. That's not where I want the show to go, but just devil's advocate. This episode helped build something that could be more than Baby Yoda.
This show is Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I know.
It's not necessarily what I want it to be about, but this show is nothing without the child.
Right.
And they're not going to give that away.
Equally with Mando. They are a team.
Yeah.
They are a clan.
I disagree with you to the world. I'm not talking about us sitting here talking about this.
I got you.
Yeah.
But to the world, like,
the casual.
how many
Yeah.
people know who the child is / Baby Yoda, have seen hit or miss a couple episodes or no episodes, but they know Baby Yoda, they know the
Yeah.
child.
I got you.
That
Yeah.
show will not exist without
Yeah.
the child being an
and
integral
also
part.
having the child as a dynamic and also giving Din
he's got an
morals. Giving Din morals as to, doing the right thing and also
I
taking
feel like
care of
we've seen
something.
that a lot
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, exactly. It creates a great dynamic for the show.
Yeah.
So I think, not having Baby Yoda would be a bad idea.
We could find ourselves in like a separation reuniting season at some point where Baby Yoda has been separated from Din
Okay.
/ captured /
Yeah.
with Kara / with Ahsoka, and Din
Yeah.
is trying to get back for a reuniting.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see stuff like that
I
happening.
can see that
but
happening this season.
It will not happen where Baby Yoda / the child / Yoda, as we called it, is not 100% an integral part of the show. Like, it just doesn't exist. It's too big of a moneymaker.
Yep. I agree with that.
I do. My personal opinion on the Ahsoka bit is, I think that Ahsoka will be saved for season 3. I think
You
that
don't think you'll see her?
I mean, if we see her, I think that we could have a similar, or we could have a
Like
situation
Gideon
of,
style? Like, last 2 episodes teased, and you get to see, and then...
Or are you talking about like Luke showing up at the end?
No. More along the lines of, I've been quested to return him to the Jedi, and she says, I'm not a Jedi. The Jedi Order doesn't exist. Well, where do I go? I can't
Okay,
give him-
civilian.
Okay, civilian.
Thank you, civilian. Exactly.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Does Ahsoka become part of Team Mando? Does everybody reunite? Do we get an Ahsoka saves the day with Bo-Katan and all this stuff? There's a million different ways.
Yeah.
Any further speculation for the season as far as, anything else? Ahsoka's been name dropped already. That's enough for me already.
Yes.
Whether I actually
Yeah.
see her or
We
not.
know that she's alive at this
Yeah.
point, 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
outlived Anakin. She's outlived Anakin. Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, whoop, I hit the cord.
Yeah.
All we knew is that in Rise of Skywalker, when
Yeah.
you hear the voice, we all assumed if she's hearing this Force ghost
We
voice,
assume she's dead.
She has to have died.
Right.
Yes.
So now, between Rise of Skywalker and 5 years post Return of the Jedi, she's still alive.
Yep.
We don't know in what condition. Maybe she's invalid. Maybe something crazy happened looking for Ezra. Who knows?
Last question. With the name drop of Ahsoka, are we out of the ballpark of Ezra and Thrawn?
No.
No. But
I hope this opens up all of that.
Okay, that was my next question. Is all of that too much for one season? Because you guys are already saying that a couple of little Mandalorians are outshining Din.
Yeah.
I've said this multiple times. You've said it multiple times. So
I'm a hypocrite, though.
okay, I'm
We've
still not.
established that.
I'm still not going back on. I want this to be the Mandalorian. I want
Yeah.
this to be Din's
Oh, yeah.
show.
No,
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
show,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
I think that at this point we've already got Bo,
Yeah.
grade A, BA, right?
Yeah.
Well,
If we do Ezra,
I don't want them in the show.
That's what I'm saying. At
Yeah.
this
Oh, yeah,
point,
no,
is
no,
it
I don't
too
want
much
them
for
in the
is it-
show.
No, not in the show. Is it too much for season 2?
I think it's too much for season 2.
I agree.
And-
Too much for season 2.
and
And it's just this is wild speculation.
It depends
Wild
how.
speculation.
It depends how. Because if it just opened up that Thrawn or Ezra is in some way alive but gave no information,
Yeah. No.
like,
I have one more question after this.
Yeah. No. I think if they were prominent characters for even just an episode,
shout out to my shirt.
Yeah, Thrawn, the boy,
Thrawn.
the myth, the
the
legend.
dude. I think if they were prominent characters on an episode, I think that's too much. I
Okay.
think a reference to them,
Yes.
would be perfect.
Yes.
Like if she's like said, I've returned from my quest. Like I've been quested to find the Jedi
Ezra.
for the child.
Yeah.
And she's out. Well, I am currently
I'm
already
looking
on-
for a Jedi.
I'm
Yeah.
on a quest currently myself. I can't take on.
And that's where Ezra could come in because Ahsoka has claimed she's not a Jedi, but Ezra is.
Which we have a ton of rumors about Ezra being.
And we had literally a whole episode about that. Now,
Right.
last question, and then we're going to move on to the Cantina listening post.
Yes.
We get Ahsoka. Do we get Sabine Wren with Ahsoka? I don't see a scenario where she has to be name dropped. For me, I feel like she would have
can't-
to be name dropped. Like, oh yeah, we separated ways. I've been with your kind before, Sabine Wren, and Mando's like, take off your armor.
No.
you get what I'm saying though. Like,
I feel like Sabine is almost a given in some
Yeah.
fashion because she's number one, a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Number two, literally, we see her leave on a quest with Ahsoka.
exactly.
Like, there's no way. Maybe she's not in here. Maybe I don't know
Yeah.
exactly, but
I
she's
would
not
be-
left out completely.
I would be fine with her showing up and being more of a bodyguard to Ahsoka and just being there and saying a couple of lines real fast.
Yeah.
Instead of, having to be the center of attention. I think just her showing up, period.
We
would
don't
be
have
cool.
a rumored I'm playing Sabine.
We don't
That-
at all.
That's the other
Yeah, that's a
thing.
good point. We don't at all.
Yeah.
Guys, it is now time to go into the Cantina listening
my
post,
favorite
where
part.
we hear your hot takes. This week, I believe, hundreds of submissions. But we had to
We
pick
picked our top four.
We picked top 3.
Top four.
Well, no, this dumb Travis guy, he keeps calling in.
Would you play mine?
No.
All right, guys, here
playing the top
we
four.
go.
Hey, it's Chris from the FOMOcast, not from Konkon's Cantina, or the Foam, maybe Foamtina, I would say. This episode was amazing. Seeing that Connor got me into watching Clone Wars and then Rebels after that.
Yes,
There's
good,
so many
good.
tie-ins to everything going on.
Your training is complete. Do it.
It was not only fast-paced, but it gave us nostalgia, gave us a little bit of comedy. I feel like it's kind of increasing the banter between Baby Yoda and Mando. I love the way the Mandalorians work together. I also...
What was that? I believe he said that they worked
Yeah,
together.
the three
Yeah.
of the Night Owls.
Hey, man, there's always one guy who
Two.
has...
Hey, you guys.
Hey, in any fire team, there's always one guy who has the least amount of kills, okay?
He's the support character.
He's-
He points everybody out. He
know,
gets the
Throws up-
assists,
he
no
just throws
kills.
up the big Titan shield. Oh!
Yeah, exactly.
like how Connor kind of clarified to me talking. I didn't realize because they called it the Watch, the cult that they're claiming that raised Din, that it's actually Death Watch. So it makes so much more sense.
You made a good point.
Yep.
And that is, and this was my theory before, but the way that you explained it made more sense in my head.
A splinter of a splinter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we had Death Watch, which took off their helmets, and this could be a version of Death Watch
Yeah.
that does not.
Because at the end of the show, we have kind of Death Watch and Night Owl
Yes.
were both backing Darth Maul.
Yes.
They tried to take over Mandalore from Satine. Yeah. Then crap happens. I won't ruin every little thing.
Yep.
The Night Owls separate. Death Watch separates.
Yep.
what's not to say that if they can separate then, that Death Watch then itself couldn't separate again by infighting.
Yep.
Yeah.
That they're kind of more traditional and don't believe in, being able to remove your helmet. I thought that, I can't remember her name, but the one playing Bo-Katan is perfect for the role. As soon as I saw the helmet,
Katee
I started
Sackhoff.
to have a mild panic attack. I started choking on the popcorn I was eating while I was watching it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is it.
He was up early.
So it was...
He's in California, so it's only 12. So he just stays up to 12. For us, it's 3 a.m.
I was like, I saw him at like 3 or 4 a.m. like posting. I'm like, what is this guy? What is this life?
Yeah, no, just for us, remember, that was only staying up till 12 to 12:33 a.m. And then getting, 6.5, 7 hours of sleep for work. For us, it's staying up till 3 and being dead the next day.
Gross.
Amazing episode. I don't know what it's going to lead to. I love the way they left the cliffhanger of, we'll go see Ahsoka and it's kind of like, we're going to end the episode on this. I am hoping that they basically have this go on for the rest of the season. I want it to be kind of an epic, here we go, we meet Ahsoka in the very last episode, or we may not even meet her at all. We might just go on a wild goose hunt. But this looks phenomenal.
That's something that I didn't think of.
Wild Goose Hunt is
What,
good.
Yeah,
what
that
if he
is
gets to
really
the
good.
planet and she's not there?
Yeah.
Oh,
She was here. Here's her trail, and then you
Yeah.
start the quest to find.
because the last time Bo and Ahsoka were together,
I've been
is
quested to
season-
find a quest of Ahsoka Tano to deliver the child.
Longest fetch quest ever.
He just turns on his thing and starts following her footprints. Like,
And I want more of it. One good point that I know Connor may bring up, because I talked to him about it, was
Thanks for
he
keeping
didn't
it to a
use the
minute and a
whistling
half.
bird whenever he could. So it's just showing a different aspect. You're not going to the same trope. You're not always just using the one weapon or the one thing that he always does. I'm going to give this one, 10 out of 10 for the episode.
Yes, we're
Bryce Dallas
Agree.
Howard killed it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure her episode last season was my favorite as well. And like I said, just this Clone Wars tie-in it's blowing my mind. And I told Connor last thing was I liked how, in the Clone Wars, the Mon Calamari and the Koran, however you say it, they're enemies. And the Koran are not nice people. They're horrible people.
They're still that way.
oh, dang it.
He got cut off.
Oh.
He texted me that he got cut off again.
There we go.
Oh, no, he's still
horrible
going?
species in the actual cartoon. And I like that Dave Filoni obviously had a hand in making sure that while they're living together, they are the bad guys and nobody likes them.
Yeah.
So that was a final, nice little twist on it. So,
Davy Jones.
What a bunch of jerks.
It's funny
It's
because
just
everybody gets cut off because so you can only leave 3 minutes, and we try to tell people to try to keep it under a minute and a half. Never
No,
happens.
never happens.
Except for this Travis guy. All right, the next is from Matt,
Oh, can't be.
He gets cut off, too.
he gets cut off too.
Yes.
Play.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Camping Comedian.
Hey,
And before you
that's
ask,
my line.
yes, I actually am your boy.
That's my line.
So, I don't usually
What the hell?
call in excited, hyped, and happy
I
about
told him to do that.
Hold on.
anything, really.
Wait a minute.
But this week, I do have a lot to be happy about.
Okay.
They did a fantastic job
Yes.
at tying things together, bringing us some relief from the tension of looking for the fellow Mandalorians and not dragging it out through the whole season just to set us up for some cliffhanger of when he finally meets
Really good point.
Yeah.
the rest of his people, et cetera, et cetera. Also, was pleasantly surprised when I saw the credits and saw that this was Bryce Howard's directing, because I feel like she has come a long way from last year's episode and shows that she really does have that potential to be a really fine director, and that is
Listen, Matt
daughter,
Lawn, pause.
Like daughter, or like, what is that? Like father, like daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's why we're starting the movement of giving her her own show. It shows if she did an episode like that, now she does an episode like this. It's great.
Yeah.
Does have that potential to be a really fine director, and
Yep.
that is pretty awesome. All of that said, I don't have anything crazy or hot takey for this week, but
Oh my god.
I do want to say
Get to
one
it, Matt.
thing.
Here it comes.
Oh,
What
no.
is it?
In this episode, when he was trying to land the ship,
Uh-huh.
he was hailed as Razor Crest, blah, blah, blah. So that being said, I really feel like we're past arguing about whether...
Nope.
Or not arguing, but debating
Nope.
about whether the ship's name is Razor Crest or if it's a model of ship.
We're not past it at all.
I think when someone says, hey, Razor Crest, they're not... It would be the same as saying, hey, Corellian Corvette.
You know what, Matt? Next time I see you, I'm going to say, hey, big guy. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, human male.
There you go.
When obviously that's just a type
Nobody
of ship,
says that.
and
No.
and it would not be something
because
that
it's the
someone
name.
would say over the comms like that.
No.
Human male. Come
So
in,
I
human
think
male.
that I'm going to chalk that up to a win for all of us on the. That's the name of the ship and not the model of the ship.
We need a
And,
board with a tally.
I think we don't need to debate this any further because we're
with a dry erase
those
marker.
of us are in agreement that this is actually the name of the ship.
Nope, you and
we're
Justin
right
are
and
on an
anyone else is
island
wrong,
together.
and that's just the way it is sometimes.
I didn't even ask him.
We
to
can
do that.
agree to disagree, but I'm going to agree to
Oh my god.
agree that I'm right.
It's such a long point.
Anyways, I hope you fellas have a fine weekend. Really loving the shows lately. I think that overall entertainment value has gone up immensely.
Thank
and
you.
Don't say what I
Everyone's
say.
gelling really well, and it's just
And he got cut off. No. Don't spit take. This is very expensive.
It's bad timing.
If,
All right.
if
Matt.
if you aren't already, go follow the camping comedian. Like
He
He's
doesn't
on
post anything.
no, he doesn't
He's
post
on-
anything.
He's
Oh,
been
he's on
posting
Twitter.
on Twitter.
He's on Twitter.
Yeah, get on Twitter.
Couldn't
At the
agree with
camping
you
comedian.
more except for the Razorcrest stuff because you're wrong. Anyway,
got-
our next call-in.
Two more.
We have one more. We have two more. Next
you.
is from Josh Serrero.
Sorreo.
Serrero.
Chunking.
hello, Konkon, and
He's a white guy with a Hispanic last name. You expect
an
me to get that
Italian
right?
name.
Whatever. I don't know.
So
God.
basic.
I don't.
Justine.
Listen, you two grew up with Josh. I didn't. Okay.
I didn't.
Listen, he's an organic listener.
Listen. Josh is a family friend. Okay. He drinks at the cantina constantly,
Lost Boys away.
but that's a whole nother thing.
Okay, continue.
My boy, Josh.
Hello, Konkon and Justina. Josh here. Good God.
Yes.
Chapter 11, not episode.
Yes.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
Yep.
Supremely enjoyed it. We've got some serious progression of the main story. Definitely some reveals as well, some confirmation of things that had been speculated about. Katee Sackhoff as Bo-Katan, I couldn't be more happy.
Killed it.
Definitely didn't see that coming this episode. The obvious when she tells Din to go see Ahsoka, I freaked
Bomb
out.
dropped.
'Cause,
Dude.
we got confirmation of Ahsoka being in the show, which, if you know me, she is probably my favorite female in the Star Wars universe. So I'm super excited about that. There have been a lot of speculation online about it, but nothing confirmed. And, it'd be interesting to see who's playing her. I'd honestly be okay with Rosario Dawson or even the voice actress Ashley Eckstein.
What kind of surprise
I'd
would
be
that
also
be?
open to other
Yeah.
actresses. Definitely an amazing episode. The fight scenes, you couldn't ask for better, awesome Mandalorian on action.
We talked about this. Is
Yes.
the direct correlation of what you see them do with their jetpacks directly in Clone Wars and Rebels was
Redone into live action, which you wouldn't have thought could be done so good.
Yeah.
They expect like that Casca coming in with that spiral kick, like with the jetpack.
So
ridiculous.
Just very enjoyable. Tip of the hat to Bryce Dallas Howard. Definitely well done. Got some speculation, some predictions that I was talking to JBZ here earlier.
Yes.
And I think, there's going to be a point where Din Djarin is going to need to get up to speed on who the Jedi are and what they've been doing over the past few decades.
Oh yeah.
I didn't bring this up on purpose because I knew that he called in.
Okay, I'll continue it then, and then I'll say.
And if that brings it into a flashback of some kind,
Someone else
that
starting the
could
show?
be an introduction possibly into Obi-Wan, maybe bringing him into the show and introducing him. And
I have to pause it here. This reminds me, when Din Djarin was in the closed thing, like his parents put him in that little thing, right?
The flashback
Clone
in season
Wars,
1.
yeah.
We kept getting teased as to what took out that super battle droid.
And
Right.
we kept waiting for it to be a lightsaber and be Obi-Wan.
This would be just a perfect tie-in where we got some sort. We could actually get. Remember, there's another person that's been rumored to returning to live-action Star Wars, and that's Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah.
What if we got a flashback, and it's not only Obi-Wan in Clone Wars armor, but it's Hayden Christensen with him?
Because who fits better? Is already has a confirmed in production show.
Oh, definitely him. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
it's 5
I want
years.
Both. I want both.
No, yeah, I'm
No,
agreeing.
I know.
I'm on the same path with you.
Yeah.
But he's already you have all of the production stuff already done and in process.
Yes.
How great of a unexpected he's obviously not alive because it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi. You saw him
Flashback.
Flashback though.
Yes.
Bo is thoroughly knows who
Obi-Wan is.
Obi-Wan is.
Yeah.
You see Satine die. You see Obi-Wan and
We have Ray Park
and Bo-Katan meet.
Ray Park posted
And
on his Instagram
Darth
being
Maul.
in the Darth Maul paint, and we all thought it's Solo 2, but guess what? There's no rumors of Solo 2.
I just think that a flashback would be Josh and I were talking, and then it all started clicking, almost in the way that the Cobb Vanth thing clicked in my head.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
clicked where I'm oh my god, these pieces are all the dominoes are right here. You just need to flick one of them, and they're all
With Jon Favreau at the wheel, do you think that we need an MCU buildup where all these shows start leading into other shows, or is Star Wars big enough where we don't need that?
I think we all want to see Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan again.
Yeah.
And
Before we get the show?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's a flashback,
Yeah.
Full send.
I think we all want to see that. We want to see him one of the most beloved characters back.
Yeah.
After 20 years.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
a flashback that could tie in with his show that's
Good
coming
idea,
out.
Josh.
That would be really cool for me.
Great idea, Josh.
That's something I would love to see happen. But anyways, definitely enjoyed the episode. Fantastic.
Thank you. I
May the
made
force
it.
be with you.
Good ending.
Yeah, and he didn't get cut off. I appreciate that. Our last caller of the night.
Just play it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey guys, Travis here again. Long time listener, first time. Oh crap, I messed up. This is more of a hot take. A question.
Oh my god.
Why am I friends with you?
So in original trilogy, if Han Solo became a general,
No, I'm hiding your
Bye.
face.
the Battle of Endor, how long does a store have to serve before it reaches the rank of a general store? Amongst yourself.
Please stop this.
That was it. I don't think General Store needs any time to answer the question.
It's more of what it produces.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like Appa Store, or in your case, Opa. Yeah, that's a general store.
The only way you could have ended that better would have been, I'll take my question off the air.
Guys, we
Talk amongst yourself.
we very
I'm
much
very verklempt.
very much appreciate the calls in to the Cantina listening post. Now, we are going to get into news. Once again, no special segment this week because, once again, we are already at a very big time mark, and we knew that this was going to be a longer episode. So next week we will definitely make time. We'll be bringing up, as voted on by our Patreon members, we will be talking about Pixar sequels that are needed and not needed. Spoiler warning, my vote is Stitch needs a sequel, and I have a whole pitch for the next.
Up needs a prequel.
Toy Story does not.
I just made that up on the spot.
You have to full send it now. I want story, I want plot lines, and where it leads to I want to know how she gets cancer. Mm-hmm. Does it run in her family? Because I assume that's what she died from. No, I'm not even kidding.
I know.
Prequel to Up.
Yeah, full send.
It's called filling.
Don't make me cry already.
It's called chunking.
Filling up.
I know. Okay, guys, news. We have two giant things in news, and I think we're gonna let's skip over the headland of the.
That's not a word.
No, that's
the headland.
Her last name, Headland.
Oh. Leslie.
Yeah, remember
Leslie
the news
Headland?
section you didn't read?
No, I didn't read that.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that one on another one because that one is long, and that's still really far out. It's confirmed, but there's still not a lot of details. And really, what she says is not that telling. So
this is in the female-centric,
we
Star Wars show.
can revisit that next week.
Yeah.
Let's just go straight into things that are more relevant. One,
Yes.
Xbox and PlayStation have been released.
Okay.
Don't care.
I don't either.
Yeah.
You just built a PC. Mm-hmm. I'm currently waiting for Black Friday deals to build a PC.
Same.
We are in the middle of a graphics card war, by the way.
I hate it.
Nobody has called this out yet, and I wish that I was somebody on the internet enough to
internet
say
has called that out.
What, that we're in a graphics card war?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess my hot take's a little late, but we are in a graphics card war at the moment.
As somebody
it's a good
who
war, though. I like this war.
Yeah,
They're all going to
between
knock each other's
Nvidia
prices down inevitably.
So GTX comes out with new graphics cards. NVIDIA says we have better graphics cards, and now AMD is like, we're going to come out with better graphics cards.
Yeah.
So I'm in a position now where we have moved my media PC into the studio so that we can do the podcast here, and I've been needing to build another PC because I want to start gaming because I refuse to buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One.
Same.
Or Xbox Series X because
the price point
It's-
and the,
it's not there.
the crossplay,
Yes.
everything that made PC not what I wanted to do is gone now.
Exactly. With that being said, Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 have come out.
Xbox Series X is great at vaping.
Yeah, dude, fake rumors, people blowing their vape smoke into their Xboxes to make it look like they're smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox on their official Twitter literally posts a tweet,
I
quote,
don't know why we have to say this.
I can't believe we have to say this.
Yep.
But please do not blow your vape smoke into your Xbox Series X's.
Yep. Because people are stupid.
Like, what kind of fame does that bring you on Twitter? Like, who's following you? Is it just a viral tweet where then you can post what you think is your really good SoundCloud link?
Have you seen the tweet of somebody who has a Series X and it's literally just Office Space style, like smashed in a grass patch?
No,
and it
awesome.
was a PlayStation 5 fanboy, like because it came out before, so they
it did
literally
too.
smashed it into pieces.
So that Thursday, I went to Best Buy. I didn't tell you the story. Remember the tripods went on sale?
Yes.
So I bought tripods and
So
I went.
did I, yes.
I went to Best Buy to pick them up, and I gave them my name, and they're like, "We have nothing for you." And I'm like, "That's weird." I ordered them. I opened up my app, never hit checkout.
Oh.
Literally missed
Rip.
the sale.
I
Anyway,
got one.
Yeah, I wanted to, but the point is when I was there is at the customer service checkout area, they had all the Xbox in the boxes, and people were coming in to pick up their Xboxes.
Yep.
Super jealous. I am, however, waiting to see what type of trade-in deals we get after the holiday season.
Yeah.
If they're giving me $200 for my Xbox towards a new Xbox, and I only have to pay $300 for it, I'm gonna cop it. Not gonna lie. For $300, I'm gonna cop it.
That makes sense.
I can't turn that down.
Yeah.
No.
Like holiday season, there's gonna be a big influx, but afterward, I'm gonna definitely look for it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and shout outs to our episode where we talked about PS4 when it was first announced.
PS5.
PS5, excuse me. PS5 when it was first announced. And
Shout
talking
out to
about
8 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Shout outs to an episode
Probably like
back
10
in
years
April.
ago for
10 years,
announced,
a decade, yeah.
But yeah, we all talked about it, and we all knew that we wanted to move towards PC.
Shout out to Justin for following through with his words.
Shout outs to me not having the money to be able to follow through on my words.
Shout out to us shouting out.
Shout out.
But yeah, no, the PC market there's a lot of competition.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Yes.
The problem is now that we've run into, and you guys run into with figures, is bots. And so
Yeah.
that's making the market very difficult right now. So we feel everyone who's trying to build a PC or get anything online right now that's
Sold
in demand.
out this in seconds.
Yeah.
One of our patrons, Jacob Hepp, is from my standards, he's a master PC builder. He can put together anything on PC Part Picker. You can tell him what your budget is, what you want it to do. He'll put it together. It's amazing. And even he has had a hard time because I want to build mine with a 3070. It's been impossible to get a 3070, and it's gotten to the point where I'm like, well, maybe I just get a GTX 2070 graphics card and wait. But even then, it's hard to get.
I'm running
ridiculous.
a 2070 Super right now because I picked that because I wanted to let this war play out.
Yeah. Well, even me, I've been trying to build a PC, and one of the things I started looking at, I was like, okay, well, let me see about graphics cards. The best I can get right now is a 1060. NVIDIA 1060, and it's still $330.
And that's a hard pill to swallow when you can get the 2070 for $400.
Exactly,
and that's where it's.
But it's not available. So,
to be honest, some of the scalper you can get lucky on some of the scalper prices on eBay, and you can get the buy it nows and get away with only spending $100 extra bucks. But even going from $400 to $500 just for a graphics card when it should just be, that's really hard.
So. Can we? Oh, that was a fart.
Dang.
Off mic.
Nope.
He muted himself.
I did.
Man,
Konkon Cantina's gas pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what I was gonna say, we kind of side railed.
Yeah,
and
we did.
fell into.
So sorry.
Well, I had it listed in the news that you didn't read.
No, I'm talking. We're talking about
I gotcha. Yeah.
PS5 and Xbox.
Yes.
I personally think that at this point we've gotten to where between crossplay that didn't exist before with Xboxes and PCs, now that we're in finally a genre where they can go. Is your fart really stink?
Yeah, no. Change to your camera.
No, that's not what Jordan looks at me, he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm dying right now. No, that's not what it is. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh my God.
Like,
all right,
listen, I'm focusing for the podcast. We're good. Continue.
Okay, next topic. We'll move on to the next topic.
No. Keep going. I'm good.
So, okay, what I'm saying is I think we're at a time that it's finally feasible to build a computer.
It really is.
Yeah.
Especially if you want... Okay, if you bought an Xbox and a PS5,
yes,
you're in $1,000 minimum.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing on a computer right now.
Yeah.
Easily. Like, I was $1,100 in for my computer, and that's with a 2070 Super.
Did that include your monitor, though?
No, but I bought a $300 widescreen monitor that, like,
It's
not like it's.
Yeah.
I'm running like
the hard.
beautiful.
I'm just saying the hardware can get you on the PC sometimes. People say, "Oh, I can give you a $1,000 PC build." Well, you don't include the $100 keyboard, the $60 mouse, and then the $350 monitor.
But I'm playing. Okay, the new expansion for Destiny, Beyond Light, just came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd never drop beneath 160 frames.
I know, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Never.
It looks. It's glorious. It's so awesome.
You can't even do that.
No.
Yeah.
So.
It's worth it. It is a bigger investment at times up front.
Yeah.
The only thing you lose is exclusives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you don't lose Microsoft. You only lose Sony exclusives.
Yeah.
Which
exactly.
they're going to be fewer and fewer.
This is a really short topic. The Marvel Avengers game lost $48 million.
We called it.
Yeah.
We really did. When I saw this game, I immediately said dumpster fire, hot garbage.
Character models look nothing like anything I like.
It looked awful.
This is the worst hack and slash I've ever seen in my life. No character building.
I did buy it because it went on sale just because...
Why not?
Yeah.
It was a why not moment, and I was like, I like Marvel, so I'll try it.
I really want to know how much they paid streamers to play that game for a day, because Twitch just released numbers on what their 5 top streamers made. And Trainwreck, another really famous Twitch streamer, he just released some figures about how much some game companies were paying him. He didn't say how much they were paying him. One of the figures he gave was $35,000 to play the game for one day.
That's
Can you imagine a game developer paying one person $35,000 to play the game for one day,
Dude,
one
that's-
8-hour stream?
That's very easily some people's salary for a
yeah.
year.
And my point is they're losing $48 million. They paid Tim the Tatman. They paid Dr. Lupo. They paid huge Twitch names to
So,
play this game.
I bought this.
You know,
I bought this game on a basically 50% off clearance. It was $30.
yeah,
I played it for a day and a half.
yeah.
It was averagely fun. There was nothing to keep me tied to it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what they were paying. Like, oh my god! Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
game has like nothing like to keep you there.
Yeah.
And it looks like the graphics of the person, like the face models,
Yeah.
the character design looks so awkward.
This game would have been good 5 years ago.
I don't even know if it would have been good 5 years ago.
Okay,
This game would have been good before the MCU came out.
Yes.
this would have been good. Okay, in-game comes out, the hype is real. Come out with this game, everybody buys it, they love it. In-game was amazing, everybody gets it. I want to play.
Yeah.
You're 5 years too late.
Yeah.
The problem is they didn't lean into the comics nor the MCU.
Yeah.
If they lean like
Is that a marketing thing or is
No,
that a
no,
rights
it's
thing?
licensing,
Yeah,
100%.
okay, yeah.
Because when they had Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which was another like, it wasn't necessarily the greatest story.
Is that the mobile game?
No, that's the.
What's the mobile game? That's
I
like
don't
Galaxy
know.
of Heroes.
I never played that.
Yeah. No.
But you know what I'm
I know
talking about
Ultimate,
anyway.
Ultimate Alliance was like a great like
That was an
beat 'em
Xbox
up
game. Yeah.
beat 'em up combining like it was on 360 started.
You
Yeah,
basically built your team of MCU, not MCU characters, but
No,
just
yeah,
Marvel,
But they
characters.
leaned heavy into comics, and
Yeah.
they like
Yeah.
brought in references of stories that
Yeah.
happened only in comics.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the fact that it didn't look like what you saw on the big screen
Yeah.
did not matter.
Yeah.
What they did wrong in here is they were like they fell in between everything
Yeah.
Yeah.
and leaned into nothing, and it was just a like nowhere zone.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Glad I won't miss it. Can we talk about a little bit of Star Wars news?
Yes.
That-
Do you want to get into it at this point?
I want to get into what I found out is coming out, which is something we've talked
Okay.
about very much that we desperately wanted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be exactly a visual dictionary, but they're coming out with the art of The Mandalorian, and it's supposed to have intricate details on stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
That comes out this coming month, December 15th. And it's
Oh,
going to
I'm
be
super
season
excited.
1
Yeah.
of the art of The Mandalorian season 1 specifically.
Man.
The last time you were at the house, we were going through some of my Star Wars books, and we were talking about books that make good coffee table books,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you can just flip through, where you don't have to read, but you're looking at amazing art. And
Yeah.
and is that's not like that's literally we had a comment on Instagram from Jennifer. She's the one that does the my sewing for my cosplays. She left a comment. And her favorite part of the episodes is the end credit scenes with all the art.
Yeah.
And we were just saying at the end of this episode in particular,
We wanted a book that has that.
Yes.
all of it.
So this is season 1. So what I'm hoping we get out of this is just full frame, full page
Yes.
concept art,
Yeah.
and maybe like a paragraph tucked into a corner of like, so and so
so
created
cool.
this, blah 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 for
Yep.
episode. Like, how beautiful would that be? Like just left on your like coffee table,
so
like you
cool.
just said.
It's so much reference material too, especially when you're doing content creation, especially content creation based on something. I'm
Yeah.
not the one who created Star Wars, but there's only so much I can do to make it my own. So when you have something that's coming out with a lot of reference material where you can take those tidbits, it allows you to give your opinion on it and create content based
All
off
those
of it.
poster moments.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's the best part.
That's gonna be a insta buy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
insta buy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
At this point, we did have 2 other Star Wars things to talk about. Like we said, the female-centric Disney Plus series that's coming
Which
out.
we have quickly chatted about in the past.
We have chatted about it in the past when it got first announced. We also have George Lucas, an interview coming out in the new Star Wars book, where he talked about what he wanted to do for the sequels.
Oh, you mean
But-
the movies that he said he never planned on creating?
Got him.
Yeah, he said that.
I don't know about that.
Ooh, wow.
He literally said, "No, there'll never be a 789."
Listen, I wanted to create these other movies, but I created other ones and I hated it.
Just gonna say, as much as I love Lucas, I feel like he's slowly turning into old curmudgeon man that is just saying things.
I think
Yeah.
that Star Wars is headed in a really good direction.
Yes, agree.
Sequel trilogy, not my favorite,
Nope.
but
Necessary evil.
yeah, exactly. Where we're at right now is really good. I think these are really good things to touch on next week.
Yeah,
where
I like it. We'll
because
tease it now. We'll dig into it next week.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know. The next episode could be less to talk about. So basically, George Lucas came out and said what his idea for the sequel trilogy would be, and the teaser is the main antagonist would have been Darth Maul, which is kind of what we already got in Clone Wars Season 7.
Yeah.
So we kind of have this preview already, which is exciting. So we'll dive into that next time. But,
Tune in.
dude, great episode. I mean...
I'm gonna. We've watched it how many times today, and I like.
I've watched
literally,
it 3.
I want to go home and watch it again.
I could watch
Exactly.
it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, no doubts.
Yeah.
You know what? Sign off. Let's watch it.
Guys,
Yep.
it was so good for you to join us this week. The Camping Comedian, thank you. No, I'm just saying. The Camping Comedian, thank you for calling in.
Yes.
Josh, thank you for calling in. Chris from the FOMOcast, thank you for calling in. We very much appreciate it.
Yep.
Freaking Travis, thank you for calling in. Guys, it's Konkon. Sitting across from me, Justin, Jay Breezy himself, and the Casual Kid. Thank you. We'll see you next
Bye-bye.
week.
Bye.